to wait till the Bengals are out or the Eagles got to break through the Super Bowl. So I think they're interviewing the striking guy again. They interviewed Callahan twice. Either one of them. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, rather, and welcome inside the Spurlock Center on the campus of Franklin College for this Grizz TV presented by Hubler Automotive broadcast of Franklin College women's basketball. I'm Jonathan Mathis, happy to be here with you on this fine Wednesday evening. It's the Grizzlies and the number 2 team in the country, the Transylvania Pioneers, tonight. Transylvania enters at 19-0. The last loss was in the Elite Eight last year when they fell to Trine. Since then, they've laid waste to just about everybody, well, literally everybody, mostly by a significant margin. That's picked up in the non-conference. Transylvania won by 20.2 points per game. In HCAC play, that's jumped up to 28.1. Over the last couple of games, it's been a little closer. 3 games back, they were on the Rose-Holman pause. Rose-Holman shuttled their program for the year. Transylvania had a bye week that game, and then when they came back, they've had relatively close ones against Manchester and Bluffton, the key word being relatively. When these two teams met back in November, it was all Transylvania out of the gate, and then off into the sunset. Transylvania outscored Franklin 27-4 in the first quarter. They outshot the Grizzlies 46% to 13, and from deep 39% to 0. Just a dominant performance by the Pioneers, and they're looking to duplicate that tonight. Franklin, with first-year head coach Jessica Johnson, doesn't want that to happen. They are looking to rebound from a narrow loss to Manchester last time out, 68-67. That was after 2 straight wins against Defiance and Earlham. Franklin got an excellent performance from a couple young ladies. Jordan Kuhn had a career-high 26 points. She's been playing very well of late, and then with a career-high 17 rebounds, C.C. Bailey was outstanding against the Spartans of Manchester, and they will both need to be outstanding today against the Pioneers. Transylvania is coached by Julie Folks. In her 9th year, she's a 3-time HCAC Coach of the Year, and she has a quartet of HCAC all-teamers, or end-of-the-year team members, first, second, honorable mention. She's got 4 of them, and they are the bread and the butter of the lineup. Madison Kellyan is averaging just under 14 points per game. Kennedy Stacy's not far behind her. Lakin Ball and Deja Thornton. Those are 4 players to look out for. 4 weapons that have been too much for everybody so far this year. Earlier this season, Kellyan and Stacy combined for 43 points against the Grizzlies. Stacy had a particular outstanding game where she was 5 for 10 from deep. Starting lineups for tonight's matchup. First, for the visiting Pioneers, number 2 in the land. 3 forwards, 2 guards for Transylvania. In the front court, number 23, Sydney Wright, a 5'10 junior from Cynthiana, Kentucky. Several players from Cynthiana speckle this lineup. She is the leading 3-point shooter by percentage for Transylvania, 46%. With her in the front court is number 32, Lakin Ball, 6'1 senior from Beckley, West Virginia. Averages just under 12 points per game and just over, or right about 6 rebounds if you round up. Deja Thornton, number 35, a 5'11 senior from Cincinnati, has been really good. She's second best in the HCAC in rebounds per game, 9.1. In the backcourt might be the most dangerous portion of the Transylvania lineup. Kennedy Stacy's number 24, 5'7 senior from Sayersville, Kentucky. She's in the top 11 in the HCAC in points, rebounds, and assists. And then Madison Kellyan, a 5'4 senior from Cynthiana, Kentucky, wears number 5. The bigger number for her tonight is number 7. That's how many points away she is from 1,000. We'll be tracking it. For the Grizzlies, they'll be starting with 4 guards and 1 forward. Sarah O'Day, number 23, a 5'11 junior from Avon, Indiana, leads the Grizzlies in assists at 2.4. Number 32, Maddie Barnes, is a 5'8 sophomore from Indianapolis. She's had a strong stretch of play recently. Taylor Cooney wears number 20. He's 5'9 sophomore from Greensburg, Indiana. Third best on the team, 8.7 points per game. And Jordan Coons, the leading scorer, number 5'7", freshman from Evansville. averages 10.3 points per game. The main gal in the middle is the forward 6-footer, junior number 12, CC Bailey from Milan, leads the Grizzlies with 8.1 rebounds per game. And now we'll listen in to Matt Smith in the pregame introductions here on Grizz TV, presented by Hubler Automotive Group.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy Black History Month and welcome to the Spurlock Center. On the campus of Franklin College for tonight's women's basketball contest between the Transylvania Pioneers and your Franklin College Grizzlies. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise if you're able, remove your hats, and face the flag as we honor America with the playing our national anthem. And now let's meet the starters for tonight's game. First for the Pioneers, at one guard, a 5'4" senior, number 5, Madison Culligan. At another guard, a 5'7" senior, number 24, Kennedy Stacy. At one forward, a 5'10" junior, number 23, Sydney Wright. At another forward, a 6'1" senior, number 32, Lincoln Bell. And at the other forward, a 5'11" senior, number 35, Deja Burton. Head coach of the Pioneers is Chewy Folks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet because it's time to meet tonight's starting lineup for your Franklin College Grizzlies. At one guard, a 5'7" freshman, number 5, Jordan. Number 20, Taylor Cooney. And another guard, a 5'11" junior, number 23, Sarah O'Day. And another guard, a 5'8" sophomore, number 32, Maddie Barnes. And at one forward, a 6-foot junior, number 12, CC Bailey. Head coach of the Grizzlies, Jessica Johnson. Assistant coach, Abby Downard. Student assistant, Shelby Anderson. And student manager, Celeste Edwards.
If you were paying attention, no surprises there. The starters, again, as we gave them to you, in black for the road team from Lexington, Kentucky. Number 5, Kellyan. 23, Wright. 24, Stacy. 32, Ball. 35, Thornton. For Franklin and White, it's 5, Kuhn. 12, Bailey. 20, Cooney. 23, O'Day. 32, Barnes. 10 minutes on the clock. This was the tricky quarter for Franklin in November and down in Lexington. It's beautiful country down there, horse racing capital of the, well, state really. But it was not too delightful for the Grizzlies as they were pummeled in the first quarter by Transylvania 27-4. Transy gets the winning tip here, and they go right to work. That's Ball handing it off to Kellyan. Inside, up strong, too strong off the rim. Chasing it Thornton. She's not able to get the bucket, and then wiped down by C.C. Bailey. In transition are the Grizzlies. They settle into their half-court set, 30 seconds into the game. Kuhn, jab steps it out to Barnes. Barnes inside the middle. Grizzlies typically struggle with the turnovers, and that was a risky pass, and a jump ball will stay with Franklin. Turnovers have been, as I just said, an issue. Franklin averages just over 19 per game. They turn over their opponents just over 16 and a half, 16.7. Transylvania has been great in the turnovers. They turn their opponents over 19 times a game and themselves 15. So nearly 4 less per game. Cooney doinks it off the front of the rim. Bell checks it down. We have played 50 seconds. No score, Kellyan. 7 points away from 1,000. There's a nice contingent of red and black supporters just towards my right. Undoubtedly looking forward to seeing a record fall, or at least a milestone, as that traveling violation nips Kennedy Stacy. She herself is close to a milestone. She's 68 points away from 1,000. That would be a much more impressive feat. Maybe 7's a bit more doable for Kellyan. Again, the one you're watching is number 5 in black, Madison Kellyan, in pursuit of 1,000. Nobody's got anything yet. Here's O'Day from the right wing, looking for Bailey. The Transylvania defense shouted it well, and then that ball swatted away by Sydney Wright. And here comes Kellyan and Transylvania. 8:25 on the clock. Stacy catch and release 3, hard off the back of the rim, snagged by Sydney Wright, who's then fouled by, it looks like it's going to be Jordan Kuhn. So first foul of the game is called. Kuhn had an incredible game last time out against Manchester. 4 of 8 from deep, 26 points, career high. Played almost the entirety of the game, 38 of the 40 minutes. Thornton wasn't ready for the ball. Bailey was, and here's Kuhn in transition. She's got Barnes towards her left. She's got 2 Pioneers in front of her. She will slow it down wisely. Cooney fires a 3. That was well short. Barnes doinks it out to Bailey, who scores the first points of the game. It took 2 minutes and 3 seconds, but we finally dented the scoreboard. 2-0 Grizzlies. Kellyan in transition. That's Stacy. Always a dangerous 3-point threat. Kennedy Stacy, even though she's shooting 28%, she was 50%. 5 of 10 against the Grizzlies just after Thanksgiving. That lobbed a ball way too strong by Kellyan, and Franklin looking to go up a couple possessions here. 7:30 left in the first. Their longest run was 5 points in November. That's for the Grizzlies. They could equal that with a 3 here, and that'd be right out of the gate. They also did not lead in that matchup. They've already erased that margin, as Barnes wasn't able to get to the ball, but Kennedy Stacy landed out of bounds, so it stays with the Grizzlies. There's 7 minutes, 13 seconds on the clock, 8 seconds on the shot clock. The delay is Jessica Johnson got scolded by a referee. Head coach for the Grizzlies in her first year. O'Day in the paint, kicks it out. Kuhn unfurls a 3. It's pure. And matching Jordan Kuhn's number, the Grizzlies have 5, Transylvania nothing. Just under 7 minutes to play in the first. Popping a 3, Kellyan. It looks a little short, and it doinks gracefully off the front right of the rim. And the scoreless drought for Transylvania continues. Transy now 0 for 4 from the field. 6:50. And the clock's running here on Grizz TV, presented by Hubler Automotive Group. Kuhn, a double team arrives. She is able to dish out to O'Day. Deflected out of bounds by the junior Sydney Wright. And so Franklin will reset right in front of the Transylvania bench. That's Barnes who will inbound. Maddie Barnes up and down this year. She had 9 and 12 points over the last 2 games respectively. Looks like she's found her offense. That one was off of Transylvania. 6:35 to go in the first. Taylor Cooney will trigger. O'Day underneath. Retreats. Thornton was too much of an obstacle. Now it's Cooney, teeth of the defense. O'Day from very deep. It misses the three from Whiteland. However, the ball hit the, I don't know what is the fixture that the basket dangles from, so it's a dead ball, Transylvania ball. 6:18 to go here in the first. Kellyan, a double screen arrives. She's splits it to the left, flicked down low, and Thornton has the first points for the Pioneers. Deja Thornton's been playing really well of late. Over the last 4 games, she's averaged 11.3 rebounds per game, and she's shooting the ball well too. Here's a three by Barnes that was a little short. Rebound Kellyan. 5:50 to go. Transylvania down 3. Ball from the top. Missed it long. Thornton stuck with it. Bailey gets the rebound. That is her second of the game. Kuhn quickly in transition. Leaves it for Cooney for 3. That was all net the wrong way. And the rebound is Balls. Kellyan bullets it up to Thornton. Somehow able to keep the dribble down. There's now Stacy. Thought about pulling the trigger. Maddie Barnes shadowing her. 5:20 left. The ball was stripped. Kuhn has it. The Grizzlies have been very aggressive in forcing turnovers so far. That's the 4th already for Transylvania, at least committed by Transylvania, a team that doesn't turn it over very much. 3 ball from the corner by Kuhn. It was down and out, touched every part of the rim before twirling away. And now Transylvania slows it down with just under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Kellyan. Guarded by O'Day. It's over to Stacy. Stacy looking for Lakin ball. Gets it to her. She has position. Left hand good. Franklin started with a 5-0 run. Transylvania's matched it nearly with a 4-0 run. 4.5 minutes to go. Here's Barnes. Kicks it out O'Day. And all over that was Kennedy Stacy. She read the haphazard pass well and plucked it. Inside 4.5 down to Deja Thornton. Goes up strong, and Sarah O'Day is able to claim the rebound. Maddie Barnes. Cooney. Here's O'Day. Into the teeth of the Pioneer defense. CeCe Bailey's blocked and didn't exactly appreciate it. But Lakin Ball, the leading shot blocker in the HCAC, was able to claim her first block of the night. A couple ticks inside, 4 minutes to go in the first. Kellyan to the top of the key now with ball. Hands off to Thornton, nice wraparound. She's blocked by Bailey, but a foul is called on CeCe Bailey. Second foul of the quarter on Franklin, first on CeCe. And that gives us to a media timeout. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Low scoring, poor shooting first quarter. Franklin is 2 for 10. Transylvania is 2 for 9. They have 4 turnovers, though, to Franklin's 2. Little history between these two teams. Transylvania has won the last 12 meetings. That dates back. Franklin's last win was February 17, 2016 here at the Spurlock Center, nearly 7 years ago. Franklin won that matchup 55-47. Since 2007, Transylvania has won 12 of the 16 matchups here in the Spurlock Center, including the last 6. And as we said, the last time these two teams played was on November 30th of this past year. Earlier in this season, Transylvania pummeled Franklin 92-46. When you look at just how the margin of victory for Transylvania, that's not even the biggest. They beat Earlham by the 50s earlier this year. But Transylvania overall in HCAC play has outscored their opponents by 28.1 points per game. In the first 9 games of the year, that was up to 30.2 points per game. The last couple, it's been down to 19, so there's been some headway. Although Transylvania got on their stride and beat Bluffton last time out by 23. On the road, it's about the same as what they've done at home. On the road, Transylvania's average victory is 25.7 points per game. At home, it's 26. Right now, they are down 1. And going to the line is Deja Thornton, who is a 35% free throw shooter. She's 26 of 41 on the season. Now they're visiting with Jasmine Walker, the sophomore from Jeffersonville, who checked in for C.C. Bailey. And that's what the conversation is. Moves something from her face and checks back into the game. So Deja Thornton at the free throw line. Also in the game for Franklin is Georgia Hanauer, the sixth man of the team, sophomore from Hartford City, Indiana. Thornton makes the first tie game now. She has 3 points, which matches the game high. Jordan Kuhn also has 3 for the Grizzlies. Makes them both. She has 4. And Transylvania has their first lead of the game by a meager 1 point. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go here, first quarter. Hanauer dumps it back to Cooney. Now Kuhn and Barnes. Jasmine Walker has been very effective off the bench. They don't go to her as Maddie Barnes uses the backboard, and the square was friendly, and the Grizzlies retake the lead. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to play here in the first. Stacy unfurls a 3. It rattles off. Hanauer claims the rebound. Cooney in transition up to Barnes. She just scored last time down the floor. She instead this time swings it to Cooney. Back to Barnes. They checked inside for Jasmine Walker. They don't go to her. There's 12 seconds to shoot. Franklin's been very patient all quarter, and that one is airmailed by Kuhn, and it's Transylvania ball. 2 minutes, 54 seconds to play in the first. Into the game for Transylvania, Emily Teal, a sophomore from Lexington. She wears number 44. And Sierra Kemmelgore, a freshman from Crestwood, Kentucky, wears number 12. Here's Kellyan. Now Stacy into the paint, pops the J, pure. Her first 2 points of the game. And that pass from Barnes way behind Kuhn. Barnes' second turnover of the game. It's the third by the Grizzlies. Transylvania has a 1 point lead, can add to it. And near side Kellyan, scoreless so far. Looks for Thornton into the paint. She swings it out. Stacy's been persistent. She keeps trying the 3 and she misses again. Stacy now 1 for 4 from deep. Here's a 3 on the way, no good. And the chaser by Walker is going to the line. She drew a foul on Teal.
Fellas on the Pioneers, number 44, Emily Teal.
Jasmine Walker on the season, 25% from the free throw line. That first one too strong. She'll have another chance to tie this game with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And she doesn't do it. Thornton's able to track down the rebound. Here's Stacy. Correction, I said Stacy was 1 for 3. She's 0 for 3 from deep now as Thornton cuts baseline and lays it home. Deja Thornton has been the offense for Transylvania. She's got 6 of their 10 points with 90 seconds and change left here in the first. Another callous play by Franklin. Rebound is Stacy's. 90 seconds on the mark as Stacy goes inside and a foul on Walker. Stacy has her 4th point and is going to the line as Jasmine picks up her first foul. Stacy on the season, 75% from the free throw line. Among qualified players, she is the 7th best foul shooter in the conference. Checking in for Franklin is Camille Perry, freshman from Speedway, wears number 1. $1:28 to go as Stacy has 5 now, which means she is 63 points away from 1,000. Sydney Wright back in. Stacy getting a breather here with the final 1 minute and 28 to go in the first quarter. Here's Camille Perry trying to pilfer that stifling Full court defense by Transylvania, and she does so with a plum. Now Hanauer from the corner. She's been accurate lately. Couldn't get it. Walker snags the rebound, checks it out to Kuhn. Cooney was open for a minute. Kuhn goes instead to Perry. Perry, the double team showed itself, and it's over to Hanauer near side. 10 to shoot for Franklin with 60 seconds to go in the first quarter. Down low, Walker. Nice ball movement. Couldn't get the first. No foul on the second, and a clean block ruled by Transylvania. 47 seconds to go, first quarter. Kellyan flicks it inside. Settling down is Teal. Back out to Kellyan. Kellyan, a step on Perry, will travel. No foul called. Just a traveling violation. It's Madison Kellyan. That is Kellyan's second turnover of the game. And 5 turnovers by Transylvania, only 4 by Franklin. 37 seconds to go, 7 seconds between game and shot clock. So Franklin can't quite hold for the last shot. They are down by a few on the scoreboard, 13 to 7. Perry, up top to Cooney. Here's Kuhn, for 3. No, off the front of the rim. Perry's able to tip the rebound, but ends up in the secure hands of Sydney Wright. Now in transition, slowly creep the Pioneers. Shot clock off, 9 seconds to go. Transylvania by 6. Perry trying to shadow the offensive player. It swung over to Ball, who hoists a 3, missed it off the rim. The rebound won't be claimed, and we're going to the end of the first quarter. Transylvania leads Franklin 13 to 7 on Grizz TV, presented by Hubler Automotive Group. We settle in for the second quarter here on Grizz TV, presented by Hubler Automotive Group. Transylvania led after 1, 13 to 7. But it's a better first quarter than what Franklin offered last time against these two teams. They held Transylvania just 31 points, or 31% from the field. Transylvania was 0 of 6 from 3. That's a big difference. Franklin did not counter with strong offensive numbers. They were 18% from the field and 1 of 9 from deep. Driving in off the glass and good was Sydney Wright for her first 2 points of the game. The lead grows as a steal. Stacy doinks it in. This is where Transylvania can really burn you, is getting these steals off of the inbounds and really just pestering the offense, as a blocking foul is called on Kennedy Stacy. That's her first foul. So you have to be very smart and patient and work together on inbounds, because Transylvania will they'll rob you. Here is Cooney. Got to careful the trap, but has stolen it away. Nice pass down low. Kellyan, no. It's doinked off the noggin of Thornton. And I think it was Perry who was standing out of bounds. So it'll be with Transylvania. And Transylvania comes right out of the gate here in the second quarter. They've got a 10-point lead, and they've forced consecutive turnovers for Franklin. So 20 seconds on the shot clock, 9:29 to go on the game clock here in the second quarter. Still very early, just 30 seconds in. Transylvania much more aggressive here. Here's Sadie Worth, the sophomore from Dixon, Kentucky. Sets up a three-pointer from Kellyan. And Madison Kellyan now 4 points away from 1,000. Perry, here's Barnes. Splits the defenders. Kellyan was right behind her. She finds Bailey. Shot was altered and blocked by Ball. Barnes able to get a finger on it, but Worth able to corral. Worth has been very good this year. Assist to turnover ratio, 10th best in the country. Here's a three from Lakin Ball, and Transylvania is heating up. She has 5, and what was just a 6-point margin has mushroomed here in the first minute and change of the second quarter. Transylvania now with a big lead, 23-7. There are other games going on around. We'll try to check in with them as they go. Hanover is playing Anderson. Those are Hanover's second place in the HCAC, Anderson's third. Tipping off in 5 minutes or so will be Defiance at Manchester and Mount St. Joseph at Bluffton. We'll check in with those later. You're watching Grizz TV, presented by Hubler Automotive Group. Transylvania has stormed out of the gate here in the second quarter. 10-0 run by the Pioneers. And Franklin trails 23-7, 8 minutes, 51 seconds to go in the quarter. And this is where Franklin's really struggled. They'd like to try to dribble out of this, which has yet to work. And that one's stolen away again. They've been picking on Cooney. Worth in the corner. Now here's Kellyan for 3. And she missed it off the front of the rim. Hanauer snags the rebound. Here's Barnes. Look out from behind. Worth, she checked it, drives it in. Right hand, foul called. Charge against Maddie Barnes. So the scoreless drought for Franklin continues to begin this quarter. 8 minutes, 30 seconds to go. We played 90 seconds, and it's been all Pioneers.
And for the Grizzlies, number 5, Jordan Koo.
Kuhn has checked back in for the Grizzlies. Worth slows down the pace. For Franklin, it's Barnes, Hanauer, CeCe Bailey, O'Day, and Kuhn. Here's Lakin Ball for Transylvania. Misses the 3 long. Sarah O'Day went up for the rebound. I think it's off of the Pioneers. Yes. So it's Franklin Ball. For the Pioneers, it's Lakin Ball, Deja Thornton, Madison Kellyan, Sadie Worth, and Sydney Wright are the 5 Pioneers. Barnes splits all the pressure, gives it to Hanauer, and now Franklin can finally run their half-court offense, which has been quite effective so far tonight. At least able to use the clock. Here's O'Day. Nice touch, but a little too gentle as it ping-ponged around the rim and fell into the arms of Deja Thornton. For Thornton, that is rebound number 4. Lakin Ball also has 4 for Transylvania. They have a big rebound advantage right now. As a foul is called, an arm bar offered by Sarah O'Day on defense. Gave it. Well, they said it's Maddie Barnes. I thought it was O'Day. So it's the second foul on Maddie Barnes. Is the ruling on the court, and we inbound Transylvania with a 16-point lead. Here's Lakin Ball. And you don't want Transylvania to get the 3-point shooting going if you're the Grizzlies, and they're 2 for 4 here in the second after being 0 for 6 in the first. Stacy hits the brakes, and shows the touch. Kennedy Stacy, who had 20 last game against Bluffton on the road, has 9 here in the first half. And it's an 18-point lead for Transylvania. Lauren Bates into the game, turns it over. Slowing the pace down is Kellyan. Right now she is sitting at 996 career points. She passes up to Thornton, who misses the 3. Stacy tracks down the rebound and then takes a tumble. The foul is going to be called on Lauren Bates, her first.
Fellas on the Grizzlies, number 34, Lauren Bates, her first, team's third.
3 team fouls on the Grizzlies, 1 on Transylvania here in the second. Pioneers looked in towards Thornton. Kellyan, the pivot, and no good. Rebound wiped away by Kuhn. Jordan gets across the timeline, but poked away by Kellyan. Now here's Sarah O'Day. Can she calm things down? The turnovers have ballooned. There have been 5 of them by the Grizzlies here in the second quarter. Rebound claimed by Bates. A little pivot on the logo of the conference, but not enough touch on the jumper. And Transylvania looking to add to their lead. 6 minutes, 25 seconds and running. Kellyan, guarded by O'Day, shovels that one off to Sydney Wright. Checked out to Stacy. Kennedy Stacy hits the brakes, pops the J, missed it. Rebound claimed by Georgia Hanauer. And now here's Sarah O'Day quickly across the timeline. Almost broke the ankles of Stacy, but Stacy gets the steal. Lively fingers by Kennedy Stacy. Checks it out. Here's a 3 by Kellyan, and it's down and out. Chasing rebound by Thornton was blocked by O'Day. It's Grizzly ball. Subs coming in for both teams. Perry in for Franklin. For Transylvania, it's Kennedy Harris and Emily Teal sub back in. Franklin still scoreless on the quarter. Here's Perry. Nice pass on the inbounds from Hanauer to get it to Perry. Let her open, although Perry stumbled a little bit. She regathered quite nicely. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the second. Screen set by C.C. Bailey. Perry swings it over to O'Day, down to C.C. Bailey. As triple team arrives, she finds Hanauer, who finally hits a jumper. Franklin was 0 for 5 before that field goal attempt here in the quarter. And Hanauer finally takes the lid off the basket. 5:20 to go here in the second. Kellyan dumps this one out to Harris. Harris being pestered by Kuhn, and that's off of Kennedy Harris. Franklin ball. It's the second turnover, first turnover of the quarter by Transylvania. And Franklin's committed 6, Transylvania 1 here in the second. 5 minutes, 5 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Perry able to scoot around the screen by Bailey. Now the give and go. Bailey with the left gets a friendly bounce. Nice pass by Georgia Hanauer. She had an assist last game. Hanauer picks up her first of this one. And Franklin on a little 4-0 run here. Here's Kennedy Stacy. From the paint, works it inside, blocked away by O'Day, sticks with it, and Perry stole it from her. Nice steal by Camille Perry. Got the sticky fingers, and up to Kuhn. Perry reverses the ball over to O'Day. She gets a step on Stacy, and Stacy gets a steal from O'Day. O'Day was trying to find Bailey, and Stacy read it well. She picks up some instructions from Julie Fulks, her head coach. Fulks in her 9th year in Lexington. Kellyan a 3, no, off the front of the rim. She stays 4 points away from 1,000, and then before the shot, a whistle on the floor. And if this is on Bailey, it's her second. And it is not. It's on Camille Perry. First on number 1 in white, Camille Perry. 4th on the Grizzlies, so the bonus is looming for Transylvania. They used that very well in the second half of the first meeting between these two teams. Down inside Thornton, up strong, no good. Deja can't save it, and it's Franklin ball. But the last time these two teams met in the second half, Transylvania outshot Franklin from the free throw line. They had 25 free throw attempts to 9 in the second half alone. Jasmine Walker bounces on in.
For the Pioneers,
Ball
number
and
23,
Thornton
Sydney
get a
Wright.
breather
Number
as
34,
Sydney
Emily
Wright
Teal.
and Teal come back into the game for Transylvania. Teal's been busy, in and out. Here's Perry. 4 minutes to go, second quarter. Perry trying to split some defenders, almost traveled, gets it to Kuhn eventually. Via Hanauer. Georgia Hanauer has played a strong second quarter. This ball is boinked out, but not enough juice on it. And it's an easy steal by Transylvania. And it's the 12th turnover of the game by Franklin. Here's Kellyan. Double screen set. Perry able to scoot around him. Juking everybody out of their shoes was Harris. Into the corner, Kellyan. 13 to shoot, 3 minutes, 28 seconds to go in the second quarter. Wrapping around Harris through the contact, and a foul is called on Kuhn, who was inside the restricted area, or was it?
Foul is on the Grizzlies, number 23, Sarah
Foul is
O'Day.
on Sarah
Her
O'Day,
first,
a hold.
team's fifth.
So that's her first. Free throws will be on the way for Transylvania. Jordan Kuhn got the worst of it.
At the line shooting 2 for the Pioneers, number 23, Sydney Wright.
To the free throw line is Sydney Wright. She has 2 points so far. 3 minutes, 23 seconds to go here in the quarter, and she misses. It's a 14-point lead for Transylvania. On the season, Wright is 62% entering today. She's now 16 of 27. It's a little bit lower. It's at 61% at the moment. Got the second. Bounced right back up. 3 for Sydney Wright, all here in the second
It's the
quarter.
Grizzlies, number 20, Taylor Cooney.
Kuhn and Perry sit. Cooney and Lauren Bates are in. Cooney's got to be careful with the basketball. Turned over twice here early in the second quarter. This time, well executed by Cooney. She hits the brakes, gives it to Bates. Bates threads the needle to Walker, and a foul is called on Transylvania's Emily Teal.
Foul is on the
It's her
Pioneers,
second.
number 44, Emily Teal. Her first. Her second, team second.
And that's the second on the Pioneers. That sends Walker back to the line where she's 0 for 2 tonight. Gets that one. Last home game for Transylvania, or for Franklin, which was on January 21st against Defiance, a win by the Grizzlies. Walker had a season-high performance. Got them both here. She now has 2. She had 12 points against the Yellow Jackets, and off the bench, CeCe Bailey dealt with some foul trouble, and Walker played great in relief. And Franklin's chipped away at this. They're only down 13 now. 3 minutes, 7 seconds to go in the quarter. Harris looks inside. That pass was picked off by Jasmine Walker. She almost threw it away, but Taylor Cooney has it. Grizzlies don't really have numbers. They go to Bates. Bates splits it around. Walker, the jumper from the lane, and missed it. That was the old Patrick Ewing shot from the 90s basketball fans. He loved that little mid-range jumper from foul line, etc. Here is Harris. Off a screen, drives it on. Foul's going to be coming from Cooney. So that's the first on Cooney.
Number 20, Taylor Cooney. Her first. At the line shooting 2 for the Pioneers, number 33, Kennedy Harris.
Kennedy Harris makes her first free throw. That's her first point of the game. She is now 3 for 3 from the free throw line this year. Rarely goes. Typically accurate. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the half. She misses the second. My bad. She's now 3 for 4 from the line. 27-13. Transylvania leads after a blistering start to this quarter. Walker too strong off the glass. That rebound claimed by Sydney Wright. Here's Kellyan. Into the corner, newly into the game, Samantha Corneliuson. And the ball is rotated around, and a rattled home 3 by Kennedy Harris, who now has 4 points, making up in a big way for the missed free throw. We're inside 2 minutes to go here, second quarter. Transylvania leads 30-13. Here's Bates.
Does Franklin have another run in them here in the final minute 45 to draw closer, build some confidence to the half? Nice pass to Walker, who scores. 4 by Jasmine Walker, all here in the second quarter. It's a 15-point game. 90 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Kellyan from the left side of the lane, shadowed well by O'Day. Sets up her teammate at threes on the way, and good! And going to the line for more is Teal. Walker's second foul took the landing place out for Teal, and she's going to have a chance to earn a bonus point from the free throw line.
Basket's good for number 44, Emily Teal.
Teal 30% from the three-point line. Entering tonight, she was 3 of 10. She's now 4 for 11.
And from the free throw line, well, correction, she was 33% from deep. She's now 4 for 11 from the free throw line. She has 4 points. And Transylvania's lead's grown to 19. Megan Kane gets an appearance as she inbounds the ball to Bates. Here's Cooney, and the whole court opens up for her. Down low to Bailey, but it was way too far in front as Transylvania ball. And the Pioneers can do more damage here with 74 seconds remaining in this half. Worth. Across the timeline, 1:10. Here's Harris, back to Worth from the corner, hits a three.
Sadie Worth with 3.
Worth, a 24% three-point shooter. Transylvania very much finding their three-point stride here in the second quarter. Kicked ball will let things reset. But Transylvania now 4 for 9 from deep here in the second quarter. That's 44%. Kilmagore subs in. Sydney Wright subs out. 50 seconds to play here in the half. Kane gives it to Cooney. Cooney slows it down. 45 seconds left in the quarter. 13 on the shot clock for the Grizzlies. Cooney peeking around, goes to Bates. They want to go inside to Bailey, can't go there. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Bates off the heel of the rim, too strong, is tipped out. Bates into the bench, not able to save it. And Transylvania is the last shot if they won it with 28 and 9/10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And a massive 22-point lead. Franklin, relatively speaking, good job limiting Transylvania 37 points, but the stifling Pioneer defense, which is the 4th best in the country in opponent point per game, has been excellent again tonight. Just 15 by the Grizzlies so far in the first half. Looking down low to Teal, too long for Emily. 7 and 1/10 seconds remain. Franklin will get the last shot, unless Transylvania is lined up with their full court pressure and force another turnover. The inbound from Kane is well wide of Cooney, and it is Transylvania ball, no time off the shot clock. Or they're going to take a little bit, so 0.3 of a second is going to come off the clock. At least that's what should have happened. So right now it's at 7.1, it's going to drop down to 6.8. And then Transylvania will inbound it underneath on their sideline. And it hasn't been fixed yet. Our shot clock operator is being put through the paces here. Assistant coach leans on over. The ref checking it out. It'll be a long final 7 seconds. And it's been adjusted. So 6 and 8/10 seconds remain here in the second quarter. As Transylvania Samantha Corneliuson inbounds it. Here is Worth between the wickets, 2 seconds to shoot. It's off in time and good. And Transylvania, with a lot to cheer about, has a big 39-15 lead going into intermission. We'll be back for more here on Grizz TV, presented by Huber Automotive Group. Transylvania leads Franklin at the half, 39-15. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go before halftime, we check back in. Welcome back to the Spurlock Center on the campus of Franklin College. I'm Jonathan Mathis. An impressive end to the first half by Transylvania gives them a sizable 24-point lead. And what I think is telling is that the Grizzlies defensively have played well. They are holding Transylvania under their season average from the field. The three-point shooting's right around on point. They haven't sent Transylvania to the line that much, but the Grizzlies have really struggled from the field. 21% from the field, 10 from deep, just 2 of 4 from the line, and then a back-breaking 14 turnovers that have led to 14 Transylvania points. So the Pioneers have their big lead. Madison Kellyan, in pursuit of 1,000, is right now 1 for 9 from the field. 1 from 5 from 3. So maybe pressing a little too much. But she has 3 points. She needs 4 more to hit the 1,000-point mark. The other games going on around the HCAC. Anderson at the half as hammering Hanover. And this is big news for especially our Transylvania audience. 44-29. Transylvania, the number 2 seeded team right now in the HCAC, on the trailing big on the road to the number 3 team, Anderson. In Manchester, Defiance leads on the road 40-21 with 4 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the second quarter. The Yellow Jackets are stinging right now. And then in Ohio, Bluffton leads Mount St. Joseph at home 22-17, 4:36 to go in the second quarter. So we turn our attention back here. There's 35 seconds to go before the second half begins. Franklin needs to find some offense. Their leading scorer in the first half, and well, their leading scorer currently is C.C. Bailey and Jasmine Walker, who each have 4 points. Then 7 apiece for the leading scorers for Transylvania, Kennedy Stacy and Sadie Worth, who got all hers in a hurry right at the end of that first half. It's 39-15. And we'll see what the Grizzlies come out of that locker room with. They were later coming out. Transylvania had been out shooting for about 4 minutes. Almost 5 minutes to go before the half. Franklin came out just over 2. The biggest problem for Franklin that first half is turnovers. And we'll see if they can resolve it. Different lineup starting the second half. Lauren Bates emerges first. Kuhn on the bench. Bates threads the needle to Bailey. Bailey had to hit the floor to recover it. Bates checks it out to O'Day. O'Day into the lane underneath to Bailey, and it's bounded away by Lakin Ball, who has had C.C. Bailey's number all game. Bailey's being held to 2 points. She has 2 of 5, or she has 4 points. She is 2 of 5 from the field. Here's underneath, back to Bailey. Ball swatted at it, but Ball commits the foul. That's the first by Lakin Ball.
That was on the Pioneers, number 32, Lakin Ball, her first, team's first.
Bailey now has 5. She's scored in each quarter. And on the season, C.C. Bailey, 64% from the free throw line. Good for a post Blair. She misses that second one. And now here is Kennedy Stacy across that timeline. She had 7 in the first half. Down low, Kellyan is 2 away. And the basket's good.
That was on the Grizzlies, number 23, Sarah O'Day.
That's the second foul on Sarah O'Day. And now, at the line, Kellyan missed the free throw, so she is currently 2 points away from 1,000. 41-16, Grizzlies down on the scoreboard, but with the ball, 50 seconds into this third quarter. Baseline, Hanauer. Lobs it inside to Bailey off the glass and in. That's 7 now for CC Bailey. Here's Kellyan. How quickly does Folks have the Pioneers go back to Kellyan? Here's Stacy. Looking down low to Thornton. Skips it over to Kellyan for 1,000. Yes! And the timeout, confetti will scream out of the bleachers. Balloons come out from the hallway, and Madison Kellyan has 1,000 points in her career. And the ovation for Madison Kellyan, 1,001 points. Hits it on a 3, 8 minutes, 37 seconds into the third quarter. And on February 1st of 2023, Madison Kellyan gets 1,000. There was confetti, there's balloons that spell out the number 1,000 that were just waiting in the hallway. And it did not take long. Took the whole first half for the mark to be hit, and then finally it does, and now we'll get ready to resume basketball. Transylvania with a commanding lead. Next up in the 1,000 race will be Kennedy Stacy, who is now 61 points away and has a shot at that before the season wraps up. And the game will resume after the milestone mark for Madison Kellyan, the senior from Cynthiana, Kentucky. Bates into the lane, left hand, spins out. Thornton got the rebound, and here's Kennedy Stacy. Off the screen from Lakin Ball. Now Kellyan, just over 1,000 career points. Inside, creatively, nice pass to Lakin Ball, who has 7. And Barnes in major trouble. Jump ball called. It's going to stay with the Grizzlies. But Maddie Barnes dribbled right into that one. And it's just really impressive. Transylvania is able to cover so much. Oh, they didn't switch the possession arrow, so it is Transylvania. It's a turnover by the Grizzlies. Here's Stacy off the inbounds. Kellyan looking down for Deja Thornton. Gets it to her, and the foul, and the bucket's good. Foul is on Maddie Barnes, her third. And that sends Deja Thornton back to the line, where she is 2 for 2 with 1 free throw attempt. That is good. Thornton has 9. Here's Bates. Swung over to Sarah O'Day. Hanauer. Maddie Barnes. Almost stolen by Thornton. A long pass, and Deja Thornton had that one snuffed out, or at least sent it out. She was all over it. Now here's Lauren Bates running the point, the freshman from Anderson, Indiana. It's a Frankton Eagle in high school. Down to Maddie Barnes, tight ropes that sideline. Here's O'Day, pops the J. Too strong off the heel of the rim. Hanauer soars for the rebound, but not enough oomph on the shot attempt. Barnes rips it away. It's off Bailey, and it ping-pongs to Kellyan. Kellyan with the race. O'Day tracks her down, and the foul is called on Sarah O'Day. Her third.
Fouls on the Grizzlies. Number 23, Sarah O'Day. Her third, team's third. At the line shooting 2 for the
So at the line is Kellyan, who has 8 points tonight, 1,001 for her career. 7:20 to go in the third quarter. And she stays at 1:001 for the moment. And 7:20 to go, third quarter.
And Hanauer fell forward in her two-hand stand, means a lane violation, so it'll be another free throw attempt for Kellyan as Hanauer will laugh that one off. Just slowly lost her balance and drooped into the lane, and Kellyan now has 9. 6 of them here in what is now for her a historic third quarter at the Spurlock Center in Franklin, Indiana. You got to see it all on Grizz TV, presented by Hubler Automotive Group. Bates dribbles that off her someone's foot. It stays with Franklin. 50-18.
Substitution for the Grizzlies.
And Jessica Kuhn, or Jordan Kuhn, subs back in for Franklin. Maddie Barnes from near midcourt begins to go to work into the corner. Hanauer, baseline, Georgia hits the break, back to Barnes. The jumper is good. Nicely shot by Maddie Barnes. She has 4 points. The margin's 30 with 6:50 to go here in the third. Down low, Lakin ball blocked by Georgia Hanauer. She's asking some instructions for her teammates, a sophomore from Hartford City. Kellyan skips it into Lakin ball. Here's Kennedy Stacy. Kellyan wraps off the screen, down the lane, right hand off the glass and in, and it's 11 for Madison Kellyan. And she probably was pressing too much that first half. 3 points in the first 2 quarters combined. 8 of them here in the first 4 minutes of this third quarter, which is just creeping along right now. 32-point lead for Transylvania. Jordan Kuhn swings it to Hanauer into the corner to Barnes, not able to save it. And it's Transylvania ball with 6 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the third. And in comes Emily Teal and Sierra Kemmelgore. Kellyan will bring it up. Off the Thornton screen, left side, takes some contact from Perry, and a blocking foul is called on Camille Perry. That's her second. 4th on the Grizzlies of the quarter. 6 minutes, 1 second to go in the third quarter. The lob quickly into Deja Thornton. Up she goes. Too strong. Stolen away by Stacy, and a foul, a frustration foul by CeCe Bailey. That's her second. Already the 5th on the Grizzlies. That's now 9 points for Kennedy Stacy. Will go to the line. And this thing is mushrooming on Franklin. Walker subs back in. Taylor Cooney is getting ready to make a reappearance. Out goes Hanauer. Stacy at the line. Getting 75% on the season. No good here. Thornton rips away the rebound from everybody. Trailing 3 on the way from Teal, and the Rainbow does not find the pot of gold. In transitions, Barnes. She has 2 players on either side. Goes to Perry. Perry from the left side, middle of the lane. Walker too strong on the shot. Perry snags the rebound, and the ball is off of Transylvania. It will stay with Franklin. 5 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the third. Perry will trigger. Walker, Kuhn, Cooney, and Barnes are the 5 for the Grizzlies. It's Kellyan, Stacy, Kemmelgore, Teal, and Thornton for Transylvania. Too far in front of Walker. Stacy not able to save it. So at 9 seconds on the shot clock, 5 minutes, 27 seconds on the game clock, Franklin will re-inbound the ball. Perry. That's to Kuhn. Took a stumble, and a foul is going to be called on Thornton. So that's the first on Deja Thornton. Just the second on Transylvania. This will be inbounded right in front of the Franklin bench and the Grizzly Grands in attendance. Loyal as always. Here's Taylor Cooney off the inbounds. Gives it back to Camille Perry. Perry currently scoreless for the game. Almost moved the pivot foot. Finds Jordan Kuhn, but there's a glancing blow. Teal the rebound. And Transylvania looks to add to the 34-point lead with 5 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in the third. Kellyan pulls the trigger on a three, and it's off the front of the rim. Barnes tracks down the rebound. She's got a few of them, and she's run through on the way up the court. That's rebound number 4 for Barnes. It's the second foul in a row on Deja Thornton. Thornton will sit. Sydney Wright subs in. 4 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the third. Transylvania by 34 on Grizz TV, presented by Hubert Automotive Group.
Just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. A quarter that feels like it's creeping along. Transylvania has outscored Franklin by 10 here in the third, 15-5. Here's Bates. Getting crafty along the baseline, trying to find Cooney, is a little bit too low for her. Barnes chased off the three-point arc. The jumper is not good. Walker not able to get to the rebound. Teal claims it. 4:30 to go here in the third. And it's all slows down with Kennedy Stacy. Into the corner. A three on the way. It's no good from Sydney Wright, but two Pioneers and Walker fight for the rebound, and the jump ball is called. It will go to Franklin. Franklin scored 7 points in the first, 8 in the second, 5 so far in the third. It just illustrates the strong defense by Transylvania. They average just giving up 46.5 points per game. That's by far and away the best in the HCAC. 11.9 points better than Bluffton, who's in second place in that mark. The foul is called against Transylvania. That is the third on Teal. Fourth on the Pioneers. And now 3 minutes, 59 seconds to go in the third quarter. And that mark defensively is fourth best in the country. The Transylvania defense is legit, as you have seen all night long. 3:50 to go here in the game. Cooney into the corner. Bates jab steps, fakes the three, leaves it for Walker. She has 5 to shoot. It's off the underside of the backboard. Walker tracks it down, skips the pass. It's stolen away by Kemelgore. Up the floor, Kellyan jump stops, shot good. 13 for Madison Kellyan, 10 of them here in the third quarter. 36 is the margin, 3 minutes, 24 seconds to go in the third. Perry through the lane, has stripped on the way up by Stacy. Stacy's been all over and just insufferable defensively. That is her 6th steal of the night, and we are still 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third. Shoveled out to Kellyan.
Kellyan into the lane, cradles it, right hand, too strong off the front of the rim. She used the glass, but too much oomph on the layup attempt. And now Cooney in transition. Perry slows it down, half court set for the Grizzlies. They're not really in a rush here. 2:50 to go in the game. Perry checks it out to nobody. Miscommunication between her and Bates, and the ball rolls all the way down. And Julie Folks, the head coach for Transylvania. And the Pioneers will inbound, and this has been a familiar scene that Transylvania's reduced several teams to. It's just the frustration caused by the stifling defense. And then the Pioneers just ebb away. Worth outside, well recovered by Kemmelgore, who was able to be Johnny on the spot after that pass attempt was a little wide of Stacy. Worth looks inside to Teal, had to leap in the air to snag it. Stacy's on this one, lost the ball for a moment, flips it out to Worth, sets up a three, and who would have thought it goes in? It's been that kind of night, and Sadie Worth has 10 points. She had 2 last game. And here's a whistle. 2 minutes, 9 seconds to go, third quarter. And double check on who the foul was on. She said 25, but 25 is not on the roster. Bates is at the line. I think they're all double checking, and the free throw is no good by Bates. They're giving the foul to Sadie Worth, who was on the floor, as number 15. The second free throw by Bates is good. Lauren's got her first point of the contest, 59-21. 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in the third quarter on Grizz TV, presented by Hubler Automotive Group. Worth up top to Teal. Now it's over to Stacy. Correction, Kennedy Harris. Wrong Kennedy. Coming out to claim that is Keaton Hall into the game, making her 16th appearance of the season. Skip pass over to Harris, who drives it in, blocked by Sarah O'Day. Inside, bumped away from Teal. 1 to shoot. Worth, and time is good. That kind of night, Worth has a dozen off the bench. $1:30 to go here in the third. Transylvania by 40. O'Day feeds up top to Bates. Sarah O'Day feeds it into Hanauer. And Hanauer with a kiss off the glass. That's 4 for Georgia Hanauer. Now a minute to go here in the third quarter. Looking inside is Kennedy Harris. They work it around the perimeter. Worth, who's got 2 pretty phenomenal buckets here in this third quarter, sets up a 3 that's no good. Cece Bailey snags the rebound, flips it out to Hanauer. 41 seconds to go here in the third. Sarah O'Day. Bates. 34 seconds to play here in the third. Lauren Bates. Maddie Barnes, a deep 3. It's off the heel of the rim. Hanauer snags the rebound one-handed, creates some space, and misses the jumper. Bailey tried to soar in and claim the rebound, and it's off of Transylvania. So it stays with the Grizzlies. 19 and 9/10 seconds remain here in the third quarter as Lauren Bates will inbound. Sarah O'Day. Check that one up top to Maddie Barnes. Now Cece Bailey has had her best quarter of the game here in the third. Quiet over the last 5 minutes or so. Nice pass underneath. Hanauer, the wraparound. Good. Got a friendly roll off the front of the rim. She has 6, and that won't go. That won't count. It wasn't a shot either. And at the end of 3, Transylvania with a massive lead, 61-25, go into the fourth on Grizz TV, presented by Hubler Automotive Group. go to the fourth, 10 minutes on the clock. Transylvania looking for their 20th consecutive win. It would be the 7th time during the Julie Folks tenure that Transylvania would have 20 wins in the season. And Franklin would have to go a lot in a short amount of time to be able to change that script. Bailey snags the rebound. Sarah O'Day flips this one over to Lauren Bates, and Franklin slows it down. 9:30 to go here in the game. Newly into the game, Bailyn Clendenin wears 25 in white. That pass was wide of Bates. Sarah O'Day not able to save it. It is Transylvania basketball. 9:22 left. Next for Franklin, they go to Anderson on Saturday. That game's tips at 1. And then here on Grizz TV for the next 3, Hanover, Bluffton, and Mount St. Joseph. The Hanover game's on February 8th. On the 11th, it's Bluffton. 14th is Mount St. Joseph. 9:07 to go here in the game. Backing down, the defender Bailey is Lakin Ball, who has 9 points. Lauren Bates getting a lot of minutes tonight. Calls out the play, pops the J, called her own number. Getting the rebound, Clendenin, in the reverse is Pior. And that is her first 2 points of the game, making her 10th appearance of the season. 8 minutes, 37 seconds left. Keaton Hall swings it out, down low. Lakin Ball up strong, through the contact, no good. CeCe Bailey snags the rebound, number 8 for Bailey. The third best rebounder in the HCAC. Clendenin thought about pulling the trigger on a corner 3. It's up to Bates. 8 minutes, 14 seconds to go. Clendenin. Down to CeCe Bailey. Here's Hanauer, a free throw line jumper, no good. And that rebound, easy pickings for Lakin Ball, who has her 6th rebound of the night. Splitting around, Corneliuson draws the foul, and we'll go to the line for 2. I believe that'll be the second foul of the game on Lauren Bates.
That was on the Grizzlies, number 34, Lauren Bates, her 2nd. Team's first.
A lot of people sub in, a lot of sub out. In for Transylvania's number 2, Amara Flores. Check on everyone else. I think McLean Murphy's in, number 21. And wow, the free throw rattles out from Corneliuson. We'll set the lineups as we go. Rebound, Hanauer. Aubrey Littlejohn has subbed in, the sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky, for Transylvania. Here's Bates. Whistle going to the line for 2 free throw attempts. And that is on Amara Flores, the freshman from Westchester, Ohio.
Number 2, Amara Flores, her first, team's first.
Bates goes back to the free throw line and makes her first. It's her 2nd point of the contest. Bates is now 2 for 3 from the free throw line. 7 minutes, 48 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Got them both. Flores checks in with Julie Folks on the sideline. 3 on the way from Keaton Hall. It's off the heel of the rim. Gets her own rebound. Up top now, Littlejohn. Drives on Hanauer. Blocked by Walker. Hanauer comes up with the ball. 7 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the game. Clendenin with the right hand. Too strong. Bates battles for the rebound. Ends up in Littlejohn's possession. Almost taken away, and it bounds away, and it will stay with Franklin. Bates will trigger from the baseline. 7 minutes, 16 seconds to go here, 4th quarter.
Walker underneath, goes up strong through the contact, and will go to the line. The chance to add. That foul, McLean Murphy.
Fouls on the Pioneers, number 21, McLean Murphy.
It's the second.
Team second.
Walker 2 for 4 tonight from the free throw line. Misses the penalty. And now 7:08 to go. Transylvania looking to add to their 32-point lead. Corneliuson into the lane, kicks it into the corner. 3 on the way, well long. Hanauer able to snag that one. Sarah O'Day bullets it over to Lauren Bates. Tries to break down Flores. Does so, off the glass, left hand Pior. That's 5 for Lauren Bates. Off the handoff is Corneliuson into the corner, over to McLean Murphy, a sophomore from Paris, Kentucky. Now Hall up top. Backdoor, Littlejohn off the glass, in. Aubrey Littlejohn has her first 2 points of the night. She had her season high 7 points against Franklin earlier this season. 6 minutes, 5 seconds to go in this ball game. Sarah O'Day looks for Walker, goes to Walker, pops it to Hanauer. That's been the offense tonight for Franklin as Hanauer rolls home her 8th point of the contest. But Hanauer and Walker have been the lifeblood of this Franklin offense. 14 of their 35 points. Littlejohn kicks it. Flores styles up 3, does not connect. Rebound claimed by Clendenin or Corneliuson. And then it's off of Franklin. Actually, it's a foul.
Fellas on the Grizzlies, number 23, Sarah O'Day.
On Sarah O'Day, her 4th.
Second. Shooting 2 for the Pioneers, number 22, Samantha Corneliuson.
Samantha Corneliuson at the line, 54% on the season. Sophomore from Berea, Kentucky, makes the first. She has her first point of the afternoon, evening, wherever you're at. Morning in some parts of the world. 5 minutes 32 seconds left in the game. As the second one's good. And Corneliuson has 2 points. Down the lane, right hand off the glass, and good for Bailey Clendenin. Balin Clendenin has 4. It's a 30-point game as Flores slows down the pace. Off the shoe of McLean Murphy. Murphy regathers it, looking down low. Michaela hurdles in the game, and then a foul is called. That's on Lauren Bates, her 3rd.
Lauren Bates, her 3rd, team's 3rd.
4 minutes, 56 seconds to go. Full timeout for us. And with 4:56 to go here in the 4th quarter, Transylvania leads by 30.
Just inside 5 minutes to go in the game. All transy. Pioneers will inbound underneath. Flores gets that one to Deja Thornton, who rolls it home. Back in the game, has 11. Gets right back at her average. 4:45 to go in the game. Thornton, the only starter on the floor for Transylvania. Kane over to the right side, Clendenin. Kate Breeden into the game for Franklin. There is Breeden. Now Kane in the lane. Took a big pivot step and traveled. Michaela Hurdle, the freshman from Decatur, Georgia, would not give her any room. 69-37. 4 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the ball game. Thornton down the lane, right hand high off the glass, no good. Claimed the rebound was by Hanauer. Now here's Breeden. Clendenin in the corner, back to Breeden that pops the J, too long on it. Thornton snags the rebound, stolen away by Bates, swiped away from her by Littlejohn. Still loose, Bates gets it back. Who wants it's the question. Lauren Bates gives it to Clendenin. Thought about the jumper, takes the floater, and it's good. And Balin Clendenin with 6 points has a new career high. The freshman from Greenwood went to nearby Whiteland High School. 3 minutes, 36 seconds left as Flores retreats beyond the three-point arc. Lines up Bates off the screen from Hurdle. Now looks for Hurdle, gets it to her. Underneath, one step back, missed the first, with the second good. And Hurdle scored twice. And a substitution brief pause as Murphy comes back in and Libby Baker, the senior from Whiteland, Indiana, in for Franklin. Thornton out to a nice ovation. Hanauer will inbound it. 3 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the game. 71-39 Transylvania. Clendenin peeks inside, goes up top to Kane. Now here's Breeden. Breeden into the corner. Clendenin chased off the three-point line. Libby Baker swings it. Breeden from the left corner. That one's bobbled around by Littlejohn, who steals it away. Intercepted that pass. It was going for Megan Kane, the freshman from Newburgh, Indiana. Flores, with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remain, is bumped by Libby Baker, and that is a foul on Libby. Last time she was in it for a Grizzly game was against Earlham a couple games back. She played 2 minutes, committed 3 fouls. She has one in a hurry. Or maybe it wasn't on Baker. Well, whatever. Franklin inbounds it. 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the game for the Grizzlies is Misty Kimberlin. Try to straighten that out. Inside is Kimberlin, who's no good. And the rebound is snagged by Hurdle. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the game. A historic night for Madison Kellyan, who has now crossed the 1,000-point mark. 3 on the way. Little short, rebound Clendenin. Up the floor, looking for Kimberlin. It's poked away from Kimberlin by Corneliuson. And now here's Corneliuson, pops a 3 and left that one short. Rebound Hurdle, up and in. 4 for Michaela Hurdle. Libby Baker in transition. 1:46 to go in the game. Getting ready to sub in will be Jenna Loudon as the jumper is good by Breeden. Kate Breeden has her first 2 points of the evening. 90 seconds to go in the game. Flores across the timeline. Here's down low, Hurdle. Too strong on the attempt, can't get to it, and it's off of Hurdle. And into the game come a few Grizzlies who are lightly used.
For the Grizzlies, number 2,
It is
number 10,
Jenna Loudon, Kayla Thompson, and Caleb Runner, the junior from Baghdad, Kentucky. 1 minute, 14 seconds remain. Final score yet to be decided, but Franklin will fall to 8-11 on the season. Transylvania will be unblemished 20-0, and what is surely their national championship hopes very much alive. Thompson a three, rattled home, Kaylee Thompson. First made three of her career. 54 and 2/10 seconds left. The referee checking a few things. 54 and 2/10 seconds is what's currently on the clock. He's adjusting it 57 and 5/10. So about 3 seconds got added. And there's still just under a minute to go. Here's Flores. Littlejohn, Flores. A three on the way, that's banged home by Corneliuson. She has 5. Baker in transition, 35 seconds left to go. Runner gets that one to Kimberlin. She's cut off at the pass by Corneliuson, and a foul is called on Jenna Loudon.
Fouls on the Grizzlies, number 10, Jenna Loudon, her first.
30 and 3/10 seconds remain. There is literally 3/10 of a second difference between game and shot clock. So Transylvania could hold for the last shot effectively if they want to. Now they don't really need it, but if they wanted to, they could. They have shot on the way, missed by Corneliuson. Up the floor, hurrying is the Grizzlies. Kimberlin beats everybody and scores. Misty Kimberlin. Her first 2 points of her collegiate career. Or at least of the season, rather, not her collegiate career. 11 and 4/10 seconds remain. There is 30 seconds to go. Or there's 11 seconds to go, 30-point lead. Here's Littlejohn, just has to get across the timeline, and that will do it. So Transylvania comes into the Spurlock Center and leaves the victors. The bigger story, as Transylvania has won 76-46, is that 1,000-point mark hit by Madison Kellyan, the Cynthiana, Kentucky native, early in the third quarter. Got it on a 3-pointer. That puts her over 1,000 for her career. She went on to score 5 more points. She's at 1,006 points for her career. Final stats. We'll touch on those briefly. Franklin's next home game will be at Anderson on Saturday, February 4th at 1 p.m. Then Hanover will be here on February 8th at 7 on a week from tonight. Transylvania hosts Defiance and Mount St. Joseph in the Beck Center coming up. They will continue to look to add on to what has been an unbeaten season so far. Leading scorer for Franklin was Georgia Hanauer with 8 points. Leading scorer for Transylvania was Madison Kellyan with 13. So the final from the Spurlock Center, Transylvania wins 76-46. Franklin now 8-11, Transylvania 20-0. And thank you very much for joining us, everybody, on Grizz TV, presented by Hubler Automotive Group. We'll catch you next time here from Franklin, Indiana.